Hello, this is Michael from Ancient Greece Revisited, and would like to continue off a few interviews that we had about ancient Greek paganism, and again watching the interest that we read in the comments. I'd like to continue to just deepen the meaning of Greek paganism, at least the way we understand it. And one thing to clarify is the concept of nature. Okay. Paganism is unfortunately a bad term. It was a term for the other. It was a term that you gave to the outgroup. It was a bit like goy that Jews famously use for the Gentiles. It's not a term to be appropriated by anyone who is truly trying to reconnect, but it's understandably the only term that we have. Yet this term hides a misunderstanding perhaps, which relates to nature. Pagan religions are seen as nature-worshipping religions. Certainly, a lot of the so-called pagans worship their gods out in nature, and certainly their gods were connected to various aspects of nature. But look deeper into ancient Greek religion and you'll see a contradiction. The Greeks will often mention an older order of gods, pre-existing the gods of Olympus, Hera, Zeus, Athena. They will mention gods like Xanthus, the river god who appears in Homer's first epic, the Iliad. When Achilles finally rejoins the Greeks in battle, he is so enraged that he kills one Trojan after the other, so many that as they are thrown into the river swells up in frustration with all the death that has been thrown to it. And Xanthus, the river, is a god, is a personification of this river, and somehow starts chasing Achilles to drown him and destroy him out of frustration. Athena intervenes and saves Achilles, never vanquishing the river god, just pushing him back into his place. There is a difference which is crucial between Xanthus and Athena. They're both divinities of the ancient Greeks, but the proper nature god is Xanthus. He is the river. He is a aspect, a piece of nature. Nature understood as the groves and the trees and the mountains and the clouds. He is that. He's just that personified. And the Greeks understood that all aspects of nature were inhabited by God, but the gods that they sculpted with their words were different. Athena is different. She is unnatural as much as she is truly natural. She is a goddess of a human form, connected with aspects of nature. She's connected with the olive tree, but she is not the olive tree itself. She is not a wood nymph or a river god. She in fact battles against, pushes, this image is crucial, that the new order of gods pushed down the older nature, properly nature gods. Because what these Greek gods represented was not aspects of nature, whereas nature in its perfection. And I think that is the message behind this supposedly anthropomorphic issue that bothers many people. How could the Greeks worship someone who looks like them? Well, suffice to say that even in the Old Testament, you have the idea that God creates man in his own image. But to do justice, God is kept on presenting as something radically other, radically unimaginable. The mind cannot reach him. But the Greek gods are sculpted in marble. They're there. They look like us, but there's a profound meaning to that. And the meaning might be something like this, that this human form is a sufficient vehicle for divinity. So we might think of the Greek gods as natural, as aspects of, that's all fine, but let's not confuse them with nature gods. They're not Zeus, as correctly pointed by one of the people who commented, is not necessarily a thunder god. Athena is not an olive goddess. Poseidon is not a sea god. They are associated with that, but they are not that. They are something that comes out of nature as its final product, in a way, as its final product. The Greeks conceived that, and it's not very obvious. So this is one thing that I would like to clarify, hopefully succeeded. You can write down in our comments. The more we grow as a channel, the more your contribution is important, because the more we want to steer our content towards things that are productive for all of us, because we're all trying to reconnect back with this ancient legacy in a meaningful way, not in a museum way, not in a historical way, in a meaningful way. So please consider pressing the little bell, because we realize that many of you are not getting our new videos, although you have subscribed, and we still rely on the goodness of strangers. If you can do anything to support us on Patreon, it's very, very much appreciated. We'll keep doing our videos, keep deepening into the essence of Greek religiosity is the best word. Thank you very much for watching.